We are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lincoln Riddle, and as of now, I'm talking to myself. How you doing today? It is Wednesday, May 23rd. Hope you're all doing well here. Got myself a straw burrito. Cheers, L'chaim. I think that's a word that people say when they want to say cheers, so I'm saying it myself. Hope we're all doing stupendous on this Wednesday. So as the title states, we're doing it live. We're doing a Q&A, and then we'll be talking about how much money I make on the YouTubes. Oh, yeah. It's toasty. So over the last few weeks, I've been accumulating questions. And for your questions, I plan to deliver some answers. Now, I do want you to know I am on a really crappy webcam, so if the quality of this video sucks, well, then let it be known that that's why the quality of the video sucks. All right, here we go. So let's dive right into those questions. Of course, we have the chat rolling. So if you want to leave some questions there, feel free to do so. I'm going to click off the chat or the live page here so I can actually see the questions I was gonna dive into. I'm gonna have to go back a few days here. I'm totally unprepared. This is my first live ever. So what's up, Dills? How's it going? All right. I just looked at these comments like 5 minutes ago, and I've already forgot them. I know one of them was from A. Joe. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Now that we're getting somewhere. Oh, come on. All right. Of course, there's an ad because this is YouTube. I'm going to start off with A. Joe. We're going to go with his question first here. I'm doing good, Dills. You're from Europe, right? What time is it there? It's got to be like late in the night. Okay, A. Joe, if you're watching this, shout out to A. Joe. Anyways, A. Joe commented on a video a few weeks ago titled, "What is my actual job?" If you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend you go watch it. I don't expect much in the way of views on this live stream, by the way. I've never done this before, and my community is not that strong, I don't think, for a live stream, but who knows? We'll see. Anyways, A. Joe says, if you had one wish, just one, and could make it happen, what would it be? That's his question. That's a really tough question to answer. And I told him when he originally asked it back on May 9th that I would put some thought into it. Unfortunately, I have not put any thought into it. Let's see. Let me tweet this out first that we're doing it live here. Or how do I get a live link for this thing? That's a good question. How's the audio on this, by the way? Are we okay? Oh, here's the share. Okay. How do I... Come on, share. No, I don't want to leave the page. Oh, copy. One and could make it happen. What would it be? I don't know. Without sounding like a selfish asshole. I mean, that's a tough question, hey, Joe. I mean, I would love to say like world peace or something, but you know, that's a tough one. I don't know. I'm really having to think about this. Let me think about it here for a second. What would it be for you, Dills? If you could have anything in the world, got it. Since you're the only person here, what would you wish for if you could have anything in the world? since we're just hanging out. I'm just sharing this to my Facebook real quick. I'm live on YouTube. Sweet. All right, that's been shared. I go to the Twitter. Yeah, money, right? That's what I would say. I want to say probably money, but then again, like, I don't know. I mean, you could wish for something that could give you money. So, like, maybe you wish to be a big-time YouTuber. That would give you money. So there's that. Maybe you wish to be very successful at a corporate job. You want to be a CEO of a major company. There's that. There's ways to acquire money. It's, I don't know. That's thought provoking, hey Joe, if you're watching this. I guess I would have to say if I could have anything, just one wish, and I could make it happen, probably would go with maybe not. I don't know. I would say something like allowing people to live like everybody, but that I don't know. This is such a tough, it's a tough question, hey Joe. Why do you do this to me? I'm gonna go with, you know what? I think I'd like to travel the world. We're all gonna die someday, and I think I would like to see every culture in every country if I could do it. And hey, I'd love to travel vlog. I love travel vlogging. That's what most of my vlogs are. I mean, I am a lifestyle blogger, but travel vlogs is where it's at. I got the Dominican Republic. I got Aruba. I have Europe. We were there, did 10 vlogs there in France, Luxembourg, Belgium, Amsterdam, and Iceland back last September. So yeah, it's a tough call. It's very thought-provoking. Hey, Joe, coming through with the difficult questions. Okay, so all of this has been tweeted out here. Let me find the next question. It's just us hanging out. Yeah, I was in let's see. I haven't been to a lot of places, I guess. I've been to like 8 or 9 countries. It's not a huge amount. I feel like Europeans tend to go to a lot more countries than Americans. Granted, y'all also have access, like immediate access to a lot more countries. I mean, if you live in France, you're a train ride away, a couple hours to like Belgium or something. So here, so I think if I remember correctly, going from Amsterdam to Paris was like 5 hours on the train. If I traveled 5 hours, I live in central Pennsylvania, which is dead in the center of the state. You have New York City over here, Pennsylvania. Well, you have New Jersey in between them, and then you have Pennsylvania, and then New York to the north, and then Canada. So I live in central Pennsylvania. If I was to travel 5 hours, I would barely have gotten out of the state of Pennsylvania. So it's not even that far. But people from, a lot of people, I talk to a lot of Europeans, surprisingly, who don't realize how big the U.S. is. So I just think that's kind of interesting. But anyways, I've been to like 9 countries, I think, total. So 8 or 9, not sure on the exact number. All right, we're balling by ourselves now, so that's cool. All right, here we go. Next question. This one's going to come from, let's see, where is it? This is a random question. Oh, what's your favorite restaurants? This is from Nora Plays. Nora Plays asked, what's your favorite restaurants? Also, don't forget me when you're famous, because I know you will be, please. So, Nora Plays asks, what's your favorite restaurants? Well, obviously, I'm a fat guy. So ironically, it's not a good restaurant. This is a fast food chain. I'm not sure where you're from, Nora Plays, but if you're from the U.S. and you live in the South or the Southwest, you may have heard of a restaurant called Whataburger. And like I said, I'm a fat guy. And while I do love restaurants that aren't fast food, Whataburger, I grew up eating it. And every summer we would go back. I'm from Texas originally. And every summer we would go to Texas. And I would eat Whataburger when we went there. And of course, I ate it growing up too, whilst I lived there. So I would have to say Whataburger. Their burgers are fantastic for a fast food chain. As far as actual restaurants go that aren't fast food, like nice restaurants, I would probably say there's a restaurant in Chicago called the Signature Room at the 95th. And it's on the 95th floor of the Hancock Tower, which is the second tallest building in Chicago. Me and Holly actually had our wedding reception there. And I've eaten there many times before that and after that. But that restaurant's fantastic. Unbeatable views. If this wasn't a live, I would lay B-roll over this to show you guys. But unfortunately, it is a lie. There's a big ant. Oh, boy. It is alive. All right, see you, Dills. Anyways, so Yes, Holly. I'm in here talking to myself.
I think you're wrong.
I'm wrong about what?
Restaurants.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Let me sit and fix that out.
We're the only people. We're just in here by ourselves.
How do people know if they want to? How do people know if they want to watch you?
Oh, because it tells them that I'm lying. I have no idea. I've never done this before. I've answered 2 questions. What's the best? What's your favorite restaurant? Here, say it with
I want
mine.
to sit in the chair. Move.
Okay. All right, come on,
I want to
sit.
sit in the chair.
In the chair?
In the chair.
So I have to get up?
Yep.
All right, Holly's taking over for a second.
How bad do I look? Is it really bad? It's pretty bad.
You need to hurry up because there's 2 people watching.
Oh my gosh, people are watching. You do it.
Okay, we're back. We're back. You're out?
I'll talk it out too.
All right. You see what you did? You're making me lose viewers, Holly. My goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, go on. You just run away. Anyways, back to what we were doing. We were answering questions from past videos. I originally was going to make a video, a Q&A video, which I've done before. It's been a long time. Originally was going to make a Q&A video, but decided not to and decided I would just go with the live route. So if you have a question, leave it in the chat. All right, next up. So we answered Nora Plays and we answered A. Joe. Nora Plays asked, what was my favorite restaurant? A. Joe asked, if I could have anything in the world, what would it be? And I said for that one to be able to travel the world, even though that kind of sounded selfish in its own right. So next up, this one, I just got to find this question really quick. If you have one, leave it in the chat. Or if you're watching this after the live, leave it in the comments below. This one is on my trailer. I just got off from work, so I'm actually indulging in a strawberryta by Bud Light. If you've ever had the strawberryta, I like these because they come in these little 8-ounce cans. I mean, you can get them in bigger cans, obviously, but they come in these little 8-ounce cans. They're 8% alcohol. They taste delicious, and they hit the spot. All right. I just got to find this question. I'm sorry it's taking me so long. Here we go. So great. Now there's an ad, of course. 2018, there's ads everywhere. This one is by ThinkShare. I remember this question because I just replied to him today. ThinkShare. Where are you, ThinkShare? Oh, there it is. Hi, Lincoln. I'm a new supporter. Found you through Marcel. What is one of the things on your bucket list you're currently working on? That's actually an excellent question. ThinkShare is a teacher. He makes really good videos. I'd highly recommend you go check that out. I'll answer that question in a second. I have 2 questions. Okay, I'll answer those in a second. So ThinkShare left this a couple days ago. So my bucket list, I can only go into so much detail without potentially getting myself in trouble. So let's just say I'm ready to do big things in life. We'll just say that. That's something I'm currently working on is progression forward. Progressing forward in my life. We'll just say that. So on top of that, which I'm basically just cowardly answered, let's just forget I even said that. Let's say bucket list, we're working on another trip to Europe. That is, of course, always a bucket list. Traveling to new locations is my favorite thing. So this year, we went to the Dominican Republic last month. I have 5 vlogs from there if y'all haven't seen them yet. By the way, I posted a video yesterday about the Rode Video Micro. If you're looking for a microphone, excellent mic. Wasn't paid or sponsored or anything, but I'm going to start helping you guys out with equipment and stuff like that. So anyways, traveling the world's always a good thing. We've been to the Dominican Republic, and last year we went to Europe, 5 countries total. Went to Canada, I think. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So that's always, a bucket list. I have so many bucket list countries. I'd love to go to Asia soon. That's definitely on the list of places I'd like to go. Not sure where. I would be interested in going to like Japan, South Korea, maybe like Malaysia and Thailand. I don't know. I'm open to everything. for the most part. I can hear Oscar over here scratching away. Oscar, come here. This is my little dog. This is my little dog. This is Oscar. He's not the cutest dog in the world, but he is very cuddly. And he weighs like 11 pounds. Say hi, Oscar. Say hi to our millions of viewers. All right, go. Time to go on. All right, let's move on to y'all's questions here since they're right here. What is the place you are dying to go? Man, that is a tough question. I haven't thought about any of this. Like, a lot of people have somewhere they really want to go. I don't have anywhere off the top of my head that I can think of. Give me a second. I've always wanted to go to Alaska, which is in America. So that's nothing like outlandish. I mean, you have to. It's up in the Arctic Circle, part of it, anyway. So there's that. I really like dramatic scenery. So I don't know. Man, that's a. I would like to go. There's a town in Canada where you can see polar bears crossing through town at certain points of the year. I think that'd be a really neat place to go. I'm not sure what it's called, but they take like safari-esque tours, so you can just head outside in one of those big bus things. And as you drive through town, like, apparently there's polar bears like on the side. I have no idea. I mean, I saw this on like a Nat Geo thing, so it sounds very interesting to me. Let me see if I can find where that's at. I want to say it's Manitoba, but that doesn't. I don't even know if that may just be a region. That's a province. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it's somewhere in Manitoba, but I would love to go there, of course. Let's move on to the next one. Where did you get this mic? This mic is actually from Amazon. It's a Neewer mic. It is the Neewer NW7000 USB. This entire thing you see here, all of this boom arm, which extends back to my desk and obviously can move up and down. And the mic itself with this and this whatchamacallit thing, I can't think of the name, and then this cable, it all came, it was like $45 from Amazon. That's in USD. Actually a really good deal. I think the mic's got a pretty decent quality. It's not the greatest moving around the mic, but it's not designed to be used in this manner, just like this. So, and in my Rode Video Micro video that I put up yesterday, let me see where that's at. This is the mic right here. So you can, because this is a boom arm, this right here, I can't think of the exact number, but a lot of stuff can attach to it, which is how I had this mic attached to the boom arm yesterday. So you would just unscrew this. Got to take off the dead cat, pop off this bracket, boom, there you go. And then this is the Rode Video mic. I don't know why I just did that. So that would go in here. You'd plop this in, and then this would attach to this metal piece right here, just like that. And that's how I boomed this for that video yesterday. That was something new I'm trying. Never done that before. So, all right. Let's see. Restored Beauty. Oh, hey, Restored Beauty. I haven't not heard from you in a while. And I haven't been getting your notifications. I'm not sure if you've posted or not. Anyways, what's the name of the mic? This is a Neewer NW7000 USB. And this video, well, it'll be a live that's posted to my page. So I'll tag that Amazon link below. It's like $45 USD. It's actually a really good deal. And then this right here is the Rode Video Micro. And all of this comes with this for $60. Excellent deal. Yeah. Put this back here. It's really hot in this room, by the way. The lighting's really strange. Strawberryta, as I said. Let me answer one more question here. I'm getting like work emails. See, the problem is that I get these questions and I'll just answer the question in the comments. I don't know why I do that. Because I could save it for something like this where I can engage with people. But instead, I just answer it right on the spot. I guess that's just, how I do things. Okay, the next topic on this right here was how much do I make from YouTube? I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to be talking about this, but I'm going to anyway. So, YouTube, believe it or not, I do actually make money from YouTube. A lot of people think that I don't get that many views. The reality is that I actually do get quite a bit of views. Unfortunately, the videos that are getting the views aren't the greatest videos in the world. Like, one of them is my Amsterdam video, and unfortunately, the title of that video does not happen until way deep into that vlog. So the audience retention is, but it's got a ton of views, like hundreds of thousands of views. And unfortunately, like I said, the title isn't until later in the vlog. It's not clickbait because that is what the vlog is about. It was just a slow start. And I was learning at the time that I posted that vlog. Obviously, I've learned that's a big no-no. So I have several videos like that that I've just kind of just done a bad job with. But anyways, so yes, I do get quite a bit of views monthly. This month has been way down. Last month wasn't the greatest. I mean, it's on a downward spiral at this point. It's starting to like level out from that Amsterdam video. I think I've had 560,000 views total. And let's see. Okay, so whoops. So in February, I had 216,000 views. In March, I had 131,000 views. April, I had 79,000. And in the last 28 days, I've had like 50. So who knows what May will finish as. But that being said, I know I've made, let me see. Let me check YouTube. I don't think I'm allowed to give you like the exact number. I'm not sure. Google has like really weird rules regarding what you can and can't share when it comes to how much they're paying you. So let's check analytics. Huh. Jackson, are you in this chat? Text me if you are. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This is loading. Why is this giving it to me this way? That's super obnoxious. Okay, I'm going to do this from the beginning of January. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so this is from January 1st. January 1st to now, my cut of YouTube revenue is right at $300. So YouTube takes what, 55%. So I've made like $700, and then YouTube's taking their money. So I've kept right around $300. Now I didn't get a paycheck in January. That's this year. I didn't get a paycheck in January, but I did in February, March. I did not in April, and I did this month. This month was like 130-ish. So there you go. Now you know. Woohoo. What would you say? Okay, I have to say this. Can I have you stand? All right, so I've got Jackson. Jackson Reams is texting me. Jackson Reams, I went to college with at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. He's texting me. He wants a shout out. He said, talk about actually interesting stuff like your best bald friend coming from Kentucky here soon to get lit. So Jackson's coming up at the end of June. Not sure what we're doing yet. We've talked about going camping. If we do, there will be vlogs of that. But Jackson's coming up. We went to school together for broadcast journalism. You would know that if you watched my video about what I do for a living. I talk about my college education in that video. Oh, yeah. Cherry's daughter goes to EKU in Richmond. That's interesting. That's weird. I always think it's weird to come across people on YouTube who are from Kentucky because there's not many of them. One big name from Kentucky would be video creators. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that channel. Tim Schmoyer, he's like a YouTube help guru. You could call it that. What would you say helped your channel take off? That's a good question. Suggested videos and search. However, because like I said, I did a poor job with the metadata on those videos, I didn't grow as fast as I could have or should be for that matter. I really kind of screwed that up. So wise words, and I want to start making videos about this to help you guys. Why wise words from me. No, now I forgot. Damn it, Jackson, that's your fault. Wise words. Now I can't think of it. Well, anyways, if you don't think you're getting enough subscribers from your view counts, you're probably not. Let's just put it that way. From what I've seen, I have just around 2,000 subscribers on 560,000 views. From what I've seen, most people in my view range have anywhere from 10 to 50,000 subscribers. Just depends on how engaging they were and how well the video got to the target audience. So if you get in that position like I did, where you're getting a lot of views off suggested and search, which I get a ton of views off search, I guess I'm really good at SEO. But if you get a ton of views off that and you don't feel you're getting enough subscribers off the views that you're getting, then you're probably not. Like, I average a day between 1,000 and 2,000 views a day, and I only gain like 7 or 8 subscribers, and that's because all of my views are coming from, well, videos that are older, or they're coming from like travel videos. But the problem with travel videos is I'm not a full travel channel. I'm a lifestyle channel. So it's kind of like when you're a lifestyle vlogger, you just kind of post whatever you're doing, and I can't post daily. So it's hard to keep people constantly engaged. There's a guy riding up a bike up the hill here. So what happens is they watch a travel video and you're not constantly posting that, you're not a daily vlogger, is like if they just want to see the Dominican Republic videos, then they're just going to watch the Dominican Republic videos, which I totally get. Why would you want to watch a video about some random fat guy hiking a mountain? Maybe you're interested in that, but most people aren't. You know, they're from wherever they're from and they're going to the Dominican Republic, so that's what they watch. So, but yeah, what really helped my channel take off was the content, specifically the location. Like my Atlantic City video has 7,000 views. That's actually a really good video. And it's reaching its target audience. It's getting a good amount of views and likes and comments. So I would call that a healthy video. My Amsterdam video is not a healthy video. It's got low audience retention, a lot of views, but what really matters is watch time. That's what everybody should be focused on. They shouldn't be focusing on anything else except watch time. Watch time is king. That's what matters. Thank you, Jackson. I appreciate that if you're still in here. Oh, we got 5 viewers. Leave a question. If you're here, leave a question for me so I can answer it. I'm doing this Q&A thing. We already talked about how much money I make. I'm rich AF. So if you're just getting here, now you know. Jackson's the captain now, he says. Jackson, why don't you just comment in the chat like a normal person? Oh boy, am I able to like this myself? Why did I start YouTube? Hey, that's a good question. So I started YouTube because, well, this is kind of a long drawn out story, but that's the fun of this. Because I'm on my phone and I don't know how. You have to sign in, first of all. Hope everybody's got a cold one there with them. I started YouTube in 2016, January 2016. My first ever video was a video of my dogs playing in the snow. It had just snowed 2 feet in Philadelphia. That's where we lived at the time. We had just moved to Philadelphia, and the year before, I'm sorry, we hadn't just moved there. Yeah, I'm drinking strawberry, Jackson. We hadn't just moved to Philadelphia. We moved there in 2015. That's right. And so in 2016, I created my channel. The reason why was because I got a job at a collection agency when we moved to Philadelphia. So I was collecting debt. I didn't go to school for that. I went to school for broadcast journalism. So I wanted to be in news or some form of content production that revolved around that. But unfortunately, when we moved to Philadelphia in January of 2015, I needed a job. So I took the first thing I was offered, which of course was the collection job. I'm glad I got that job. It paid well and it gave me a ton of time off. So for the first job, because we had just graduated, so for the first job out of college, I took a job as a debt collector, and I worked there for the next year. And throughout the year, my happiness went up here, and then it slowly started to slide down. And it was kind of like up here was like, okay, I got a job. This is okay. I'll get a new job someday and that'll replace this one. But then that didn't happen because we lived in Philadelphia and I went to school for broadcast journalism, which means the opportunities were limited. So over that course that year, like I said, it was like a slope. It just kind of sloped down. My happiness did. And as the year waned on, I got into watching YouTube a lot. I'd always watched a few YouTube channels, but I'd never been like steady, like, I'm going to come back and check this out and whatever. So I started watching YouTube more in that time period. And I started thinking like, hey, if I start a YouTube channel, I can get back into my field, kind of, at least just making content and being on camera and appearing on camera. And so I decided one day, just randomly, that I would start a YouTube channel. And that's what happened. It basically was like, I'm doing this collection job. I'm doing this collection job and I need to start progressing out of this collection job. So I decided to buy the iMac that's sitting right here, that you can't see. And I also bought a GoPro and I made that video about the dogs playing in the snow. It's my very first video. I think it has like 200 views. And it snowed like 2 feet. I actually bought the iMac the day after that and the GoPro, and I shot the video the day after that snow. So my next video, and you can tell that that's what happened. Not that I would be lying, and I don't know why you'd need verification, but you can, if you go look at my videos, like my second video is this documentary style video. Not really. I mean, at the time I thought it was, but it was of the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Me and Holly went there, and I don't remember the video that well because I haven't watched it basically since it was made. But I had this little GoPro and we walked around and I voiced over it and gave like this history of the building. And then I made some bad videos about why you should vote for Donald Trump and why you should vote for Hillary Clinton. And I did that to try and get views because I knew that that would be clickbait, like right out the gate for anybody who was against either of them. So they weren't like real videos like, oh, this is why you should vote. They were like stupid, like reasons, like outlandish reasons. But what happened was people didn't get my sarcasm because the audience I was attracting was mostly kids, which I had no idea that was going to happen, but they didn't get my sarcasm. So I ended up deleting all of those. I think I made 3 or 4 of them total. They got a lot of views, but like I said, I got a ton of hate from people who didn't get my sarcasm. So I deleted them, all of them. And I can't remember what video came after that. Then I think it was Aruba. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Aruba. All right, let's move on. Hopefully that was a solid answer for you there, Tom. Jackson, who's not in the chat, but we're going to give a shout out to since he's texting me. So this is like this weird third-party chat we have going on here. Jackson says, your happiness went down when you left your boy. And he also said, we did some vids, asshole. So that's Jackson's contribution to the live here. Next question's going to come from Burt Macklin and friends. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're Jeep Renegade. You're enjoying that. So he says, what is your favorite channel to watch? Well, it's probably no surprise to anybody that I used to really like Casey Neistat, but Casey Neistat has become really commercialized over the last 2 years. And so a long time ago, like 2015, I really liked Casey Neistat. And then like 2016, it was okay. 2017, whatever. Now it's just like I watch him sometimes. So he's not necessarily my favorite channel to watch these days. Probably a couple years ago, I would have told you that. Now, that's a tough question to answer. I watch a lot of content. I'm all over the place. You know when you like watch one of those YouTube self-help channels and they're like, you got to have a defined niche or your channel's going to suck. I watch all sorts of videos. So when I hear that, it's like, I mean, I get why they say it, but at the same time, I like watch a bunch of videos. So if your channel posts a bunch of random crap, I would probably watch them. But a lot of people won't. So let's see. Let me look at my subscription list. That's a good question. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I do watch Peter McKinnon. Like I said, I do still watch Casey. Just I don't watch every video they put out. I'm really into... I used to watch a lot of I Am Jake, but he started to, I don't know if you guys know who I Am Jake is, but he is he lives in his Jeep, or he used to. A lot of weird stuff has been going on with his channel. So, oh my gosh, Holly. So I Am Jake lives in his Jeep. He's got like 120,000 subscribers. For a while, I was infatuated with that channel, but then he started to post less and he went through some stuff and I just kind of stopped watching. But I do like his content as well. Who do I watch most? Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't know. I watch a lot of content that's based around like videography, cinematography, because in my ultimate goal, I would have a channel that was like that if I didn't have a normal job. Like my channel would be maybe just documentaries and vlogging all mixed together like a hodgepodge. I would love to make documentaries, but again, I have a job. I got to live life. So it's kind of like, you know, you do what you can. If you've watched my, what was that called? I Found the Worst Cook in America video with my friend who I work with from Tyrone, Pennsylvania, where she does a really bad job of cooking brownies. We've talked about doing like a docu vlog series of that, of her, not based on that, based on something else. So that may happen. Stay tuned to that. Jackson Holly says hi, as you can see in the chat. Anyways, let's move on from that one. What is the next question? I'm getting behind here. Sitting down for dinner. I'm glad you found your channel. Thank you, Sherry. Sitting down for dinner and had to say hello, Lincoln. Good to see this live. Awesome. Yeah, everybody go check out A Joe. He does a great job. He doesn't post too often, but when he does a great job. Oh man, Burt Macklin, you put your Renegade on the market. Oh, okay. So are you getting deployed? Can't see the chat, but that's my girl. See you in a month, Holly. Oh my gosh. I'm like we're having like this weird, this weird chat right now. Okay. Anyways, I feel like I missed a question. I want to make sure I got all the questions. I actually put my Renegade on the market. When are we going on our fall trip? Okay. Holly says, when are we going on our fall trip? So there's 6 of us in the chat right now, or 6 of us in this. Holly request. Holly says Prague, Berlin, Rome, Athens. I've also discussed going to Amsterdam. Oh wow, that's cool. Okay. Anyway, so Holly wants to go to Europe later this year for our big trip. We're looking at going to. Oh my goodness. Now I can't stop looking at the chat. Now I want to know what Burt Macklin and Friends is doing. What are you doing, Burt Macklin? You don't have to tell us. I understand. It's a secret. So we're looking at going to Europe later in the year. It's going to be the way we book travel. We just book the cheapest flights we can find. And then if we're going to Europe, we'll take a train somewhere. So like, let's say I have this website that I use to find cheap flights. It'll show you the entire list of flights from an airport for like an entire month. So I can really rank up like what's the cheapest flight. So let's say I'm looking at that website for specific dates and it says Newark to Paris is cheapest these days. Well, then I'll just choose those days and that's when we'll go and we'll travel. That's how we travel as cheap as possible. And then we'll book hotels to fill in the voids around that. The website is called skyscanner.com. It's an excellent website. The reason I initially found it was because I was looking for, I should explain this better. The reason I found that website was because I often don't know where I want to go, or we don't rather. We just kind of like a random hodgepodge of places. Like we know we want to go places, but we don't have anywhere specific. So I'd always been looking for a website that would just allow me to search anywhere. Well, that website allows you to choose your host airport, so where you're flying out of. So for instance, okay, Burt Macklin. Okay. Well, whenever you know, let me know. But anyways, so you choose your host airport. So for us, it can be any airport as long as they have commercial flights. So for us, it could be State College, but usually if we're flying internationally, it's going to have to be New York City, Pittsburgh, maybe Cleveland, Boston, DC, Philly. So what you do is you would input the city. So like for Newark, EWR, and then for where you're flying to, you can choose everywhere, and it will rank literally for the entire airport for the entire month or select dates if you choose it. Like, so if you wanted to look at September, you could click September, and it would rank every flight by country initially. So like you'd have, once you press search, it would say United States, Canada, France, and it would just go down like that by value. So United States maybe $102, Canada maybe $154, and it ranks the flights in that price range down the list. It's a really great website. It's a great way to just randomly fly somewhere on the cheap. Like a few years ago in 2016, I did not vlog this, unfortunately, but me and my buddy Ryan, who I used to work with, we flew to Chicago for the day. Holly was there. We flew Spirit Airlines, which is the worst airline in the United States, quite literally. But the tickets were $66 round trip from Trenton, New Jersey to Chicago, O'Hare. So you can imagine, like, at $66 a pop, we flew there for one day. We got there in the morning, and then we left at night, late at night, and we went to the NFL draft. So that was like a one-day thing, and we found those flights on that website, and that website has worked out for us so many times. I've used that to book so many trips, and including our Europe trip last year. So that is the website. It's a great website. Where do y'all think we should go? Where do y'all think we should go next for our next trip? Holly wants Europe. I'm thinking Amsterdam to Berlin or Berlin to Prague. I really want to go to Germany because I like the World War II stuff a lot. I'm really into all of that. Military history, especially the World Wars, I find fascinating. The NFL draft is in Nashville, Tennessee. That may be worth going to. We did Amsterdam already, Joe, but I would like to go there. Alaska to Japan. Ooh, that's interesting. Holly, how do you feel about Alaska to Japan? See, Sherry says go to Germany. See, now we got Berlin. Holly also wants to go to Prague. So if we do Berlin, we'll probably go to Prague unless we fly into Paris or Amsterdam. The problem with going to Eastern Europe is that the prices of the flights start to rise. The cheapest flights I've seen so far are for Amsterdam and Paris, and they're both $450 or under nonstop, which is good. That's an economy, but I can handle that. Two polar opposites and total culture shock. Yeah, that's for sure. Alaska and Japan, Holly, that would be pretty incredible. Could you imagine going to see Mount Denali and then taking off and going to Tokyo? But one thing we cannot do when we get to Tokyo is we cannot go to the suicide forest if everybody here catches my drift. What? I have a lot going on. There's like a bunch of texts coming through. I want Salzburg. Salzburg. Where's Salzburg? I can't believe we've been going on here for 43 minutes. I'm just saying at some point in the future, y'all choose Central or South America, and you got to get yourself a translator. Jackson, we were just in the Caribbean. You could have went with us to the Dominican Republic. Austria. Ooh, that sounds nice. I actually was looking at Austria. Anyways, let me keep answering these questions here. Burt Macklin is right, though, Holly. Going to Alaska and then Japan. Oh, gosh. Going to Japan and Alaska would be one hell of a trip. Seriously. And I believe from Alaska to Japan would have to be nonstop. Well, no, we'd probably have to fly back into the mainland. Well, I wasn't invited. All right. Jackson, just sign in and type on the screen. My gosh. All right, let me go back. Oh, okay. So within hiking distance, you've used Skyscanner before? That's awesome. One thing I really like is that with Skyscanner, you can also search for hotels and rentals, although we tend to use Hotwire or Priceline or Expedia. And I'll just sit there and compare the prices. Me and Holly is a travel writer. She does luxury travel writing. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but you can follow her on Instagram at HollyCarroll92. Holly, leave your handle there in the chat. Holly is a luxury travel writer, and she writes for a bunch of magazines and the like. So, Holly wants to start up a website and a podcast and a YouTube channel called, well, I'm not going to tell you what it'd be called, but I don't want anybody stealing my stuff. But that's the idea, is we would start up this website that would focus on a niche part of travel. Alexa's going off. It would focus on a niche part of travel, and then we would do that, work really hard on it, and Holly would write for that as well as on top of everything else she does. I got a lot going on here, man. Okay, let me get back to the questions. I'm gotta go way up. Sounds like we should start a travel podcast. Hello, stopping by to show some love. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you. You guys will be the first to know. Oh, yeah, I already got that. Awesome, Lincoln. Thank you, Ajo. What's this website called again? My Holly is already looking up the site you're talking about. Okay, I'm like way behind on the chat. So, sweet website. We've used it before. Amsterdam, Alaska to Japan. If I go to Asia, maybe Singapore. You will love Berlin. Two polar opposites. I got way lost on the chat. Oh, Holly called Hollywood. Oh, gosh. I went to the Dacha. I'm probably butchering that. I went to the Dacha concentration camp. That was interesting. I bet it was. Yeah, I would love to go to those kinds of places. I'm really fascinated by that stuff. In fact, I would love to just spend an entire couple weeks in Germany or France. I also want to go to Rotterdam. All that stuff interests me. I used to write for a war history website called War History Online, and I would write about this stuff. So I've written a lot about Europe, and I enjoy it a lot. Back to my strawberryta before it gets too warm. Here, let's take a nice chug. Holly also is on Twitter. Holly, leave your handle so they can follow. Holly, are you still in this? So you move out of KY and now pronounce niche like quiche. I prefer it to be pronounced like niche. It's niche, Jackson. We're losing our viewers. We're going down. I'm not being entertaining enough. Oh, man. We're dying. A slow death. All right. I'm doing Alaska hopefully in August for free with the Army. That's awesome. Not to toot my own horn. No, man. Don't worry about it. Thank you for your service, of course. That's awesome. That's really cool. And then, so Holly, does Holly get to go anywhere? Holly, yes, basically. As she said. I'm just reiterating what she said. Going to Vegas in a few weeks. I may be going with her, depending on the time that she goes. I would love to, but I may not be able to get off for work, or we may go down on a Friday night. Holly, call it Hollywood. Lucky. That's awesome, Holly. You have Holly. I have a Polly. The Holly Riddle. I'm going to tweet you out. Yeah, so go follow Holly. Holly Carroll 92 on Instagram. The Holly Riddle on Twitter. I am just Lincoln or Riddle_Lincoln across the board. I also have a Facebook page. If you haven't liked that yet, shame on you. Yeah, so I think going to Europe, if we're going to Europe, I'm thinking I would love to go to Amsterdam, like A. Joe said again, but we've already been there, so I don't know. I kind of want to do 2 countries this year. We did 5 last year in 2 weeks. This year, I'd like to just do 2 in maybe a week and a half. So now we're getting out here. We're down to 3 peeps. How's the stream look? Do we look good? Pull this light closer to me. Is that helping? I think that looks pretty good. So what's up with you guys? How are y'all doing today? It's Wednesday. It's 6:30 and where I'm at. Hope you're all having a fantastic Wednesday. That sounds like Philip DeFranco. Your facial hair is still weak. Is that the stream? What? Jackson says my facial hair is weak. What do you think, guys? Should I shave it or should I keep it? I keep it because I'm fat. It kind of makes me look less fat. That's not true at all. Just so y'all know, next weekend we will have vlogs. We're going camping with my dad in West Virginia. We're meeting, hey, Daniel Bruno. Look at that. Haven't seen you in a long time. What car are you driving, Daniel? Daniel used to have, he's had some crazy cars in his lifetime. Anyways, we're going to camping with my dad next weekend in West Virginia. So there will be vlogs from that. We're also going to New York City and Philadelphia. We're also going to New York City and Philadelphia in the middle part of June. There will be vlogs from that. Jackson's coming at the end of June, so you have that to look forward to, even though he's not in the chat. And you have basically no idea who he is because he hasn't appeared in a vlog in 2 years. Golf, GTI, wife having baby soon, so trying to be practical. Hey, that makes sense. We can't all drive a GTR when we got a baby on the way. All right, well, it looks like I need to shave it. Jackson says it's weak, so I'm going to shave her off. How does that make you feel, Jackson? You're not even in the chat. You're basically not even here. Holly, come here. I'm going to have Holly come in. Holly is literally sitting in her office watching this stream. You're a liar. No, I look like a troll. Holly, just come here. She's not going to come. Holly's literally sitting in her office in this chat. Is that weird? Does anybody think that's weird, or is that just me? All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Do we have any questions? Any takers? I can't remember where all my questions were. They're scattered across a bunch of videos. So yesterday's video is performing terribly. I don't think it sent out notifications, but that's okay. You have a dud every few videos. It seems you have a dud. So let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Has anybody watched the Who the Hell Am I Get to Know Me 2018 video that I posted back in February? A lot of people are new, so I don't know who is from that time period or not. It's a nice neared Beckbeard. You're a liar. Oh, goodness. Boxers, thank goodness. I have a question. What's your question? Yeah, see, okay. Can we purge the house this weekend? Boxers or boxers? Let's just be, well, that's a good question. Hey, Joe, Laurel, oh boy. You know what? I heard Laurel. I never heard Yanni. I never heard that. Yeah, I agree. I never heard Yanni. I don't even know how you could distinguish those two. They don't sound anything alike. Jackson, what do you think? Yanni or Laurel? Hey, Joe, what do you think? Everybody, what do you think? Thanks, within hiking distance. Have a good day. Appreciate you stopping by. Neanderthals? Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. So we're going to try a bit of minimalism here in the very near future. We have too much crap. We have a house here in State College, which I'm in currently because that's where I live. Sometimes I say awkward stuff like that. And we have too much crap. So we're going to start getting rid of some stuff. We'll probably just take it to Goodwill unless it's worth something. Then I'll try and sell it. Jackson says he heard Yanni like the very first time, and he's heard Laurel ever since. Okay, so back to the minimalism thing. We're going to start getting rid of some stuff. We have a lot to get rid of, and we're going to try and minimalize our lives, both because if you ever move, moving crap sucks. But on top of that, we just want to get rid of stuff, get rid of the clutter. So that's what she's talking about with purging the house this weekend. She's not talking about killing a bunch of people. I haven't seen the notification. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Have to go. Want to stop by and say hi. All right. See you, Sherry. Have a good day. Hello, Gina Walters. How are you? Welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Speaking of minimalism, my final question before I go. Hypothetically, if I were to go on a 50-state road trip, what would you recommend I bring? That's a good question. Are you doing it? You're going to do it in, I don't know what you're going to be doing it in. Well, obviously I would go as minimalist as possible on your camera gear because if you're doing that for YouTube, you're going to want the lightest stuff you can get. So I would honestly buy a Sony camera, a mirrorless camera, and go as light as you can on that. Tweet it out. This should be daily linking with Holly. I would take only a handful of shirts. I would have like 4 shirts, and I would wear the hell out of those 4 shirts. There she goes. See? Holly's got it. That's what I'm saying. Light on everything. You don't need much. If you're doing the 50-state thing, I would get a pair of tennis shoes. Well, I call them tennis shoes, but I'm from the South. You may call them sneakers. Sneakers, and you're going to want boots, obviously. I would just stick to as little of everything as possible. I honestly would get a setup like I Am Jake's, but he has a lot of stuff. You probably don't need that. I mean, at first, at least, you could probably build up to it. I don't know what your rig would look like. I would love to do that. In fact, me and Holly talked about doing a 50-state road trip at one time, but I have a job, you know, I don't know if you guys watched that video, but I have a job in my field and I just can't really quit it to go do that. But it's a dream. Maybe that's the dream that I would want to pursue of A. Joe's if I could do anything in the world. I don't know. Let's see. Let me try and catch up with the chat here. Jackson says, bring clothes and money and a way to transport yourself. Next question. Oh, God, Jackson, come on. You got to add some value to the chat if you're going to be the side piece here. I'm good, thank you. It's Thursday here. Where are you, Gina? You're in Australia, is that right? I can't remember where everybody is from. That's hard to remember sometimes. Tweeted this out. Should be daily. Lincoln with Holly, of course. Hollywood. I like that. That's a good name. Yeah, Australia. Are you in Melbourne or Sydney? Those are really... Have a good day, Bert. Melbourne. Cool. I'm the best damn side piece south of Punxsy. That's what Jackson just said to keep you all filled in here. So we've been doing this live for 56 minutes now, and this can is I've drank 4 ounces. It's halfway drank. So I know I look like such a hard ass. Wow, so cool. What's your fave part of living in Australia? I am interested in that. I would love, it's so hard to drink in live stream. Dang, it really is because you're focused on the chat and keeping up. I would love to go to Australia. Melbourne, I would love to go anywhere. I'm not one of those people who says no to a lot of places. I wouldn't go to North Korea. There's some dangerous countries for Americans to travel to that I probably wouldn't go to, but only a handful. For the most part, I'd basically go anywhere. Yeah, Gina, so what's your favorite part of living in Australia? I'd like to go to New Zealand. Obviously, that's not in Australia, but it's nearby. See, I don't want to... Let me see here. When I do these live streams, like this is my first time doing this, I just feel like I'm going to come off as boring if I don't talk enough. So, you know, I know that sounds probably kind of weird. Let's see. Yeah, so it's Thursday, the weather. I'm from UK originally, so I love the weather. The beach, obviously, I have 4 kids, so they are outdoors a lot. What's the weather like there? Is it normally like warm? Are we talking, I know you're in, are we talking like upper 20s, low 30s, mid 20s? Here, I live in central Pennsylvania, USA. You keep cutting off mid-sentence to read. That's great for viewers. I know, Jackson, I'm sorry. This is my first time doing a live stream, and there's a lot going on with the live stream between you getting text from other places. Okay, so you get like spring, summer, winter. Do you get snow? Don't pretend like you know. Holly, okay, I work for a weather company. I do know Celsius, Holly. Okay. So not too cold in the wintertime. Yeah, so where I live in obviously the USA. I live in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania. And so I live in the mountains, not like tall mountains. They're like baby mountains, a couple thousand feet, nothing crazy. But due to where we live, northwise, and the height, we do get pretty rough winters here. So it gets really cold. The winter, we get a lot of snow, and the winter just kind of lingers. It snowed maybe a couple weeks ago, actually. One time we were coming back from Kentucky, which is where we grew up, me and Holly, and It was snowing in Maryland in late May. That's just gross. At some point, I love winter and I love the snow, but at some point, it's just got to end, you know? And we get snow in the mountains, but I live in the South. Some parts of us are hot all the time. So if we went to Australia, what would you recommend, or where would you recommend we go? What's the best city to visit? The can't miss stuff. I can't see this. Okay, so Jackson, who's over here on the side texting, he says he can't see this chat thing and he's not sure it exists. Well, it definitely exists. There is definitely a chat going on. We're talking. Oh, can we just hear her talk? Gotta love an Aussie accent. That's what Jackson said. Let me click back. How is Perth? I've heard good things about Perth. Holly's over here trying to work the travel system. She just wants to get all the deets on traveling somewhere. That's what Holly's all about. She just wants to know where to travel and when to travel. Oh, look, we have 3 likes. You know what? I didn't post this to my Facebook page. Oy vey. All right, let's try this again. Share. I'm surprised there's a few faces I would have thought we would have seen in this chat, but we haven't. Maybe they'll show up later. How do I get the link to this? Oh, it's down here. Sorry, guys. I'm just grabbing this link to hopefully bring some more peeps up in here. Manages Lincoln Riddle. Holly, why don't you come out of your office and come in here and join the club? I kind of like live streaming. I just like talking. Is that ridiculous or what? I probably sound like such a douche. I just like talking to myself. I like hearing my own voice. Edit post. I am live in all caps. I am live. I want a better system than what I currently have because I'm running off a computer right now, and just like a computer webcam, and I'm just not into that. I'd rather it be either through like my DSLR, or like a proper system that's just better quality. But I think this will do for now. This little mic works great. So yeah, I don't know why I grabbed this. This is my DSLR, by the way. It's a Canon 80D. This is what I shoot all of my videos on. I actually bought this for video production, but I use this primarily as my primary camera on my YouTube channel. I used to use some Rebel cameras and the like, but I use this alongside of a wide-angle lens. This right here is an 18 to 135, so it looks massive, but this isn't what I normally walk around with. I'm not normally like doing this because this would weigh too much. Check the chat. Freaking love big maps. Perth is so beautiful. Do you like Big Macs? Let me back up here. Okay, I think Queensland is important, Great Barrier Reef, etc. But Sydney Harbour Bridge needs to be climbed if you're visiting. That sounds awesome. Perth is so beautiful. No. What do you mean no, Holly? Do you like Big Macs? XYZ Fusion. Shout out to you. I mean, you know, I'm a fat guy, so I'll eat whatever. But I've probably not had a Big Mac in a long time. So great, it's a great question. Now that I think about it, it's been a long time. I actually cannot tell you the last time I ate at McDonald's. It's probably been a few months. Not against it, just not, we don't eat there very often. Sorry, Jackson, I have a British accent. There you go, Jackson. Do you like Whoppers? I mean, I like Burger King Whoppers. Those are good. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No. Uh-oh. Yanni or Laurel, people. That's what this basically is. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Answer the question in the chat. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Is it Yanni or Laurel? It's XYZ Fusion says, no, it is not a sandwich, King. I don't know. I'm indifferent. I don't think it is, in my opinion. However, I could see why you might think that a hot dog would be a sandwich, because in a way that does actually make sense. It does make sense that a hot dog would be a sandwich. I've never thought about this. This is what the live stream's doing here. It's making me think, people. It's making me think a lot. Look, nobody seems, if I know, I don't ask. Look, everybody's getting in a tiff. No. Nope. Hot dog is not a sandwich. All right, let's see. I stream from my Mac. You put me to shame. Your audio is amazing and you're so clear. Freaking love. Big Macs. Yeah, Gina, this mic, I'm going to link on this video after this because a couple of people asked about it. So I'm going to put the Amazon link to it down below. It's a quality mic, I guess. It's from Neewer. It's a good mic. The NW7000 USB. I need that mic. Yeah, so it's 45 US. Not sure what that converts to for you. If I remember correctly, y'all are way up there in price compared to us. So, but I'll post the link down below. It'll be a US link, but I'm assuming it'll convert to an Australian link for you from Amazon. So what do we think? Is hot dog a sandwich? Is Yanni or Laurel? Holly, come on. Polly wants to meet you. Who is Polly? Who is Polly, Ajo? So if you have a question, leave it in the chat, and I will answer it. We've been doing that all day here. If you're interested in knowing how much I make from YouTube, just go back maybe 30 minutes ago, and you can find out. We've already answered that. We kind of rolled through the punches. I got to run, guys. School run here, and now I'm late. And yeah, way cheaper in America. Catch you again soon. Have a good day, Gina. Happy Thursday. You're going to have to wait until I don't look like a troll at Ajo. It's Laurel, but I hear you hear Yanni? Holly, come in here and meet Polly. Holly, just come in here and meet Polly. It's Laurel, but I hear Yanni. How much money pay YouTube for international views? YouTube does not pay well for international views outside of Canada, the United Kingdom. I'm from the US, so those are international for me. So if you're looking for money outside of those two countries or the USA, it drops way off. I have India. India is really bad. It's like $1 per 1,000, like $1.19. The USA is much higher, like 5 or more. It just depends on your content as well. There's a lot of factors to it, obviously, as to how much money you can make from the YouTubes. That's a good question. Definitely one that I find fascinating when I look at my analytics. I think it's interesting to see where the money comes from and how much each country pays out and why it is the way it is. I do wonder why it is the way it is. I'm assuming that YouTube sells ads in your country, or they have ads that can be ran in your country. So maybe, like, let's say they get Coca-Cola on board. Coke says, okay, we'll give you $5 for the US per 1,000, but for Pakistan, we'll give you 57 cents or something. I don't know. That's just, I wonder if that's how it is. I don't know. Burt Macklin and Friends is back. Jackson, are you still here? I'm out, my man. See you soon. See you, Jackson. Have a great Wednesday. Don't get too drunk tonight, you drunkard. Just kidding, guys. Burt Macklin and Friends is back. Burt is going to Alaska with the Army this fall, which is awesome. That's a great opportunity. Hello, Holarita. How are you today? Happy Wednesday. This is a lot of fun. I like this. I could just keep doing this. I kind of want to do this every single Wednesday. I told Holly on the drive home, I thought it would be fun just to do. I've never done it. How many views you need to have for YouTube to pay $5? I'm good. I love doing live streams. Yeah, they're a lot of fun, Holarita. How many views do you need to have for YouTube to pay $5? That's a good question. While it largely does depend on where you're at, you're probably looking. The thing is that not every view is going to be monetized. So, like, this month I've had 50,000 views or so, maybe a little bit less. And I've had, in the last 28 days rather, and 20,000 of those have been monetized. So less than half. And so you're probably looking at, depending on where you are, 1,000 to 2,000 monetized playbacks. For me in the US, if most of my views on the videos are coming from the USA, probably looking at 1,000. All right, let's keep going here. I'm good. I love doing live streams. Agreed. You guys need to come out to Colorado so we can do collab. Ooh, I would love that. Where do you live in Colorado? My buddy Reed Timmer, he was in a video a couple months ago back in January. He just rented in Colorado, or maybe he bought a house near Denver. What determines if the view is monetized? That is a good question that I don't know the answer to. I just know that not every view is monetized. Weekend trip to Colorado. Holly, come on. You got to give Colorado a dedicated amount of time. Colorado is a beautiful place. In fact, Burt Macklin, we actually talked about going to the Southwest for like 2 weeks, spending a couple weeks out there we were going to fly into Phoenix because that was where the cheapest flights were. Then we were going to go to White Sands in New Mexico, then head up to Pikes Peak, stay around the Denver area for a little bit after Pikes Peak, then go to Moab and hit like Monument Valley and the Grand Canyon, and then go home. But we could do a weekend if we can find a good deal. Where you at, Bert? That would be awesome. You should. Pikes Peak is boring. I got you. All right. Well, hey, if we got somebody who knows what's good, then we got to take advantage. And we could like I said, I got a buddy out there he's got a cabin, Reed Timmer. He's got a cabin. So he was in a video back in January. Love Denver, went for work a few years ago and need to go back. Don't let Holly fool you. She's a poser. She acts like she wants to travel the United States, but nope, she'd rather go international. It's true. Okay, I'm good. I love doing live streams. I agree, Hollerita. These are great. It's fun to just sit here. I mean, this is my first one, but I'm enjoying it so far. Just interacting with the chat, talking to you guys is a lot of fun. I like that. Do you like Minecraft? You know what, XYZ? I have never played Minecraft. Never. Not once. And that started getting big like a long time ago. I've just never played it. And I've never played Fortnite. That may be surprising too. I should. Like I said, I'm not sure what monetizes the view. Weekend trip to Colorado. Let me get down here. Love Denver. There are too many places I want to see. Holly, is he telling stuff on you? Yeah, Holly acts like she wants to travel across the United States, but she doesn't. She wants to go to London and be fancy. Well, you know, drinking tea and eating crimpets or something. Holly doesn't want to go rough it out in the mountains of Colorado. Weren't you guys already in London? No, we've never been to London, actually. Every day we listen of big money making famous YouTubers. Is that true? King, I can tell you, let me give you an idea of how much money there is available. So on 307, oh, that's the wrong number. On 70,000 monetized playbacks from the USA, when I last looked at it on the year, which was back in April, I had made $373 on 70,000 monetized views in the USA for the year. That's 70,000. I'm a small channel, so you got to scale that up for a big channel. Just think about how much money that is. That's a lot of money. It's a ton of dough. Hello, Nathan likes drums. Is that potentially Nate from work? I don't think so. Every day we listen. Yeah, I already answered that. Weren't you guys already in London? No, we have never been to London, but we did go to France last September. We were in Paris. Let's see. What's your favorite animal? Probably, I want to say dogs, but I feel that's kind of generic, right? Like, oh, of course, I love dogs. Oscar, come here. Come here. This is Oscar. He's not the prettiest dog. I already showed him off once. He's not the prettiest dog, but he is cuddly. The other dog is Bear gets love. Come on. So there's Oscar and there's Bear. But I like other animals. I mean, I like all animals. I'm like a big time animal person. Like if I see a deer on the side of the road about to run across the road, I mean, I instantly feel bad about it. Like if I know that deer is going to run across the road, I feel bad for the deer. Lincoln, you need to set up mods if you're going to do live streams. Makes sense, actually. Okay, let's see. It's Oscar. I have the new name for a daily podcast. Lincoln and Hollywood. You heard it first on your first live. There you go, Holly. Let me catch back up. Hey, Nathan. Told you it was Oscar. Hello, Holly. The other dog is, what superpower would you like to have? I would like to fly. That's not necessarily a superpower. Maybe it is, but I would like to fly. I would love to be able to fly. Just imagine being able to go anywhere you wanted in the world at any time on a whim at the speed of a Concorde jet, a super jet, or whatever it's called. That's dumb. You should want immortality or invisibility. Well, Burt Macklin and friends, if you find yourself in Pennsylvania, or if we move, we can also meet up as well. Iron Man. There we go. Invisibility is what y'all would want. Trust me, trolls will come. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. That makes sense, Hollerita. Link, you need to set up. What superpower do you want a Big Mac? Do you want a Big Mac meal right now? No, I'm good. XYZ. Do you want a Big Mac meal right now? But when you guys come to Denver, let me know via Instagram or my channel. No problem. Will do. You never know where we'll be. Holly gets assigned these random trips. They're called press trips, and she'll have to travel somewhere for those trips. Hollerita coming through with the major tips for the YouTubes about the trolls. I don't doubt that they will come. That's dumb. You should want invisibility. They don't bother the guys as much. It's really hot in here, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like sweating. I have this light right here that's shining on me. And so it's putting off some heat onto me. And it's really warm in here. If you can see behind me, I've got this closed sign. This closed sign's actually from a bank. And on the opposite side, it says open. So it's got open and closed, both options. And I do have a fan, but I'm worried about the noise that would be produced by said fan. So I don't have it on. But this mic will probably eliminate that, to be honest. But anyways, this open and closed sign, really cool. And I've got these LEDs. This was something that I did recently. So just boom. They're color changing LEDs. If I can get to change colors. Yeah, this was $5 at Walmart if you're into that sort of thing. Burt Macklin, this would be great for your travels if you're able to do it. What is the most embarrassing thing you have ever worn? That's a good question. I don't know. I can't think of that like right off the top of my head. Holly. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Okay, so I'm obviously a fat guy. I'm a big dude. I'm 5'8", if you're wondering. And I did this video, this holiday dance video. It's on this channel if you go back to like December, maybe in November. I wore this red skin suit with boxers. And I did these dances. That's probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever worn. I'm getting a lot of texts here. I dropped my wedding ring. So I recommend you go check out that video if you haven't already. Like I said, it's I'll put a link in here actually. Who else live streams? Do any of y'all live stream? I know Hollerita does. Hey Joe, I can't remember if you live stream or not. Let me see. Here's it was called All I Want for Christmas Is You, Dancing Fat Santa. That was the video, and there's the link. I can't live stream. The Alcana will find me. I haven't did one in forever. No, not yet. So there you go. That link, if you're interested, let her run. You can listen to it. Just keep me on in the background here. Yeah, I did this like dancing video. I created these dance moves, and they're like kind of seductive, kind of not, kind of gross because I'm a big guy wearing a skin suit and boxers. And it's set to Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. A remix. Now I'm watching it myself and laughing. Oh man, I can't watch that too much. That's embarrassing. What's the weirdest thing a guest has done at your house? You know what? I have a good story, but I can't say the story. The weirdest thing someone has done is a little too over the top for me to say. Yeah, Holly knows. Jackson, who was in the live stream earlier, is who that pertains to, but I can't dish that. It's too much. It is literally too much. Would you ever collab with Larry and Tyser? Who's Larry and Tyser? I may know who that is. Hold on. Just gotta send it. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'd do that. Why not? I've seen this guy before. Yeah, I would. I'd definitely do that. Oh. Yeah, I definitely would. Mo and Izzy, welcome to the live. It's got to be late where you're at. You're in, yeah, it's got to be like 12 or something, 12 or 11. I can't tell a story, King. Maybe another time. Maybe another time. It's bad. It's really bad. That could be an entire, you know what? I may make the video. I may have him get on the video and tell the story if he's willing to do it. If he's willing to do it. But it's bad. I don't know he's okay with that being out in the public. Yep, just got midnight. You're not in Portugal, right? Those vlogs are behind, I'm assuming. I'm assuming those videos are behind. Or you've been there for a really long time. Would you ever collab with Larry? No, I'm way behind. That's what I thought. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm really into weather. As I said in that video about what I do for a living, I work for a weather company. And if you guys follow our Facebook page, we're just AccuWeather. If you follow our Facebook page right now, we've got a storm chaser in the field chasing a tornado. I don't know if he's chasing a tornado or if it's a potential supercell, but I just got the alert for the live stream for that. But I always find that interesting. Live in the path of strong to severe storms south of Black Hills in South Dakota. Here, I'll post a link to that if you're interested. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. Who knows? Or if I can find a link to that, I don't know that I can. Send as a message. I can't. Never mind. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. Talk about how we met. What kind of cult would you like to start? It's awesome. What kind of cult would you like to start? I don't know. I want to come up with something weird. I want to. I'm in Tennessee, close to Alabama, so we get tornadoes. I'm gonna come back to you, Colt, or to King. Sorry, Colt. Yeah, y'all get a lot of tornadoes down there. There were a few weeks ago. All right, back to King. What kind of cult would you like to start? It needs to be something weird. I gotta say something weird, something really outlandish and strange. But I'm sure I won't come up with anything good. Well, in my ideal world, I would have been the person who started the Guy Fieri cult, where they dress like Guy Fieri and meet up at conventions. But all of us would be a part of the cult, and we would just live together out in the field in New Mexico, dressed like Guy Fieri, 24/7, yelling Flavor Town at each other. Flavor Town! Just like that. I'm about 90 miles south of Nashville. Is that Murfreesboro? Or is that Chattanooga? The cult of the popcorn lung. Hey, how is the weather looking like in Denver? Predict the future for me. I don't know. Y'all had some crazy, well, I don't know about Denver, but Colorado had some crazy hail the other day, like last week. It looked like it snowed there. There was so much hail. It was a lot of hail. If you didn't see it, I actually did a news package on it. It was a ton of hail. Let me see if I can. And people say I say hail weird. There's hell, and then there's hail. Hail or hail? What do you hear? it's hailing outside, or you're going to hell. Do they sound the same? People say I say them the same. I don't think I do. Life out none of those close to Columbia. We don't get particularly extreme weather here in the UK. Yeah, y'all get a lot of rain, and isn't it kind of like cold? Not cold, but cool. It's never really warm, right? What's the weather in Toronto? Alexa's talking downstairs. I was driving back from Expo West, and it started hailing in New Mexico. So I got some of the hail you speak of. Yeah, it snowed. It snowed. It hailed a ton. And actually, we had our storm chaser out in the field in Colorado. I think he got some golf ball sized hail, and he had his like iPhone up against the window, and he was running slow motion, so you could really see the golf balls pinging off his window. So I got some of that hail you speak of. 28 and sunny. What does the 28 convert to in terms of Fahrenheit? Is that like 78, 80? I'm halfway between Columbia, Tennessee, and Florence, Alabama. What are the unwritten rules of where you work? That's interesting. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that. You're asking a lot of questions that make me think. What was okay, back to this. King asked, is a hot dog a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich, people? Did you hear Yanni or did you hear Laurel? Ouch. I wouldn't want to be hit by one of those hailstones. No way, Jose. You'd want to be, you'd want to probably wearing a helmet if you're out chasing that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that video. It was actually really intense. Reed Timmer records tornado forming in Colorado. Have y'all been keeping up with the volcanoes or the volcano in Hawaii? Anybody? It's been pretty crazy out there, that's for sure. A hot dog's a sandwich if you turn it on its side. Look, King, you got somebody agreeing with you. A hot dog is a sandwich. You heard it here first. Hello, friends. My computer is very slow, and there's a chance I can't type another hello. Hello, Benjamin Chavez. Happy Wednesday or potentially Thursday, depending on where you are located. I think you are expert for food. Why I asked. Oh, gotcha. Dude, your sound is great. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. This right here is the Neewer NW7000 USB mic. A sandwich is a hot dog if you roll it up. King, you're getting some people who are really backing your claim. I don't know. I understand why it could potentially be a sandwich, but I also don't know if I consider it a sandwich. Oh, Ben, you're in Michigan. I've been to Michigan a few times. I've never been to Detroit, though. So I've been to Michigan a few times, but I've never been to Detroit. I've been to the Great Lakes, but I'm not sure where I was. I think you should have been a weatherman or talk show host or something. You have that voice. Well, I am. You know, that is the goal. Maybe not necessarily a weatherman, but I am in the broadcast field. So I have a video I put out a couple of weeks ago about how, not about how, what I do for a living, rather. And let me see if I can find a news package. I actually work for the weather company, AccuWeather, and I'm a video producer. So I make news packages every day. Like today, I made 2 news packages. One about the Hawaii volcano. That one's titled Hawaii Residents Return. No, that's not it. That's not my package. I'm getting confused. What did I do it on? I'm not seeing them. That's weird. Let me reload the page. I did one on the sinkholes in Florida. Sinkholes opening up across Florida after weeks of rain. And then the other one, Memorial Day gas prices to be highest in years. Sorry for the ad there. Let me see if I can get a link for you guys. So I make news packages every day. Sometimes I travel for work. Like I'll go chase after a storm with somebody or whatever the situation is. It just varies. Depends on what's going on, where we are at the time. A couple weeks ago, I was in Philadelphia for record-breaking heat, so that was exciting. This website's not wanting to work. State Rep John Faircloth voted to let Oh, King, you can ask as many questions as you want. Don't feel bad for asking. I don't care. Totally fine with it. I was just giving you a hard time about the hot dog question because I want to see what everybody thinks about it. So we use the hot dog as a vessel. All right, Mo and Izzy, have a great day. Enjoy your night. How many chains would it take to kill it? Wait, let's address the hot dog as a vessel thing. That's interesting. 200 chickens, Holly says. I don't know. Is there a legitimate number to that, King? Do you have like do we have something to base this off of? I don't know if this is like what do I think, or is this a legitimate question? Like, is there an actual number? Oscar. I'm going to say it would take, they have to get the elephant down. So you're going to need a lot of chickens to really mess with its legs. So I'm going to say it would take 500 chickens as opposed to Holly's 200. Did your friends already click the like button? I haven't asked anybody to click the like button, actually. I've not mentioned that once. I haven't even thought about it. Thank you. I appreciate that. We use the hot dog to carry veggies. That's interesting. So what do you just pack them in there and then you take them to wherever you need to? Holly takes the hot dog. She'll take the hot dog and put it in the bun. And that's how she'll store them in the fridge if she's going to store them overnight, which is interesting. I've never seen anybody do that. She'll put them in a plastic bag, of course, but she'll put the hot dog in the bun, put the plastic bag, put the plastic bag in the fridge. Yes, and we also cover them with chili. What do you say in WTF, Holly? Yes, and we also cover them with chili. Yes, chili dogs are excellent. I use the hot dog to carry ketchup. Hey, Joe, how are you? Let me see here. I was just going to do something. Anyone like mayo on hot dogs? What are our thoughts on the mayo and the hot dogs? Do we like mayo on hot dogs? Do we like mayo on fries? If you're from Europe or anywhere that's not the U.S., you probably do. Mayo and French fries is pretty good, to be honest. My mother eats mayo on hot dogs. Oh, I was going to tweet this link. Okay, I'm going to tweet this link here. We're going to see if we can get anybody else in. We've had a slow and steady stream of people come to the chat. So I think this, for the first time and randomly, there was no plan for this, has been an overall success. I've enjoyed it. I like talking to you guys and interacting. I think that's fun. Here I'm going to tweet out this or Facebook post this link. Come join me live. Come join me live on the YouTubes. Okay. I tweeted that out, or I Facebooked it. Now I'm going to tweet it. Tweet her. Hey, Rode watched my video. That's awesome. The brand Rode watched my video. Like Rode microphones. They just tweeted me and said, nice video. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Doing it big now. We got major brands tweeting at us. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm going to tweet out this link and then I'll get right back to talking to you guys. Join me live on YouTube. All right, here we go. Boom, tweet it out. All right. Actually, we're getting behind on the chat. Hey, Holly, since you're not willing to come in here, can you grab me a strawberry? Holly, if you hear this, can you grab me a strawberry so I don't have to get up? Thank you. I don't like hot dogs. I never eat. King, you don't eat hot dogs or you never eat? Ew, no ranch and fries. Ranch goes good with everything. Dipping pizza in ranch, that is the way to live life. Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's okay. I don't know how we got on this tear of hot dogs and condiments. Sauerkraut's okay. Ahem, when are you going to do your review? Actually, my friend, if you are in Europe, you don't do mayo and fries, you do aioli, which is similar to mayo. Is that what that is, Benjamin? We were in Amsterdam and they had really good. I thought it was mayo, but it tasted a little bit sweeter. Is aioli sweeter? That was Polly who likes the kraut. Heck yeah, pizza and ranch. Amen. I agree. Pepperoni. Ooh, pepperoni pizza and ranch. That's like as good as it gets. Toronto street dogs. Yeah, we were in Toronto last year. Hey, Joe. Last April. That was great. We love Toronto. Great city, and would love to go back. It's very, very clean, very modern. In Canada, they cover their fries with gravy and cheese. Poutine, yeah. Holly is the wife, yes, and she's about to bring me a drink. Poutine is good. I like poutine. I've only had it once in Canada. I had it in Montreal way back in 2016. Also a vlog from that. I have vlogged in Toronto and Montreal. I loved Montreal. Would go there. I love Toronto. Basically, I love everywhere that I go. And yes, King, Holly is the wife. She is in many of my vlogs, but she's not appearing in this because she claims she looks like a troll. Here she is. Can you say hello? Why are you bringing me?
Oh no!
Can you turn my light? Can you turn my light back on? We're losing viewers because of Oscar.
Oh, well, he escaped.
He's gonna go use. He probably. Holly brought me 2 strawberries, so I guess I should drink 2 strawberries. Poutine is a Canadian thing. I like poutine. I would eat poutine if it was here. They are tiny. What's tiny? Oh, these? Yeah, so this is called, if you've never had this is Strawberita, and it's produced by none other than Budweiser under the Bud Light Lime brand. These cans are 8 ounces, 8% alcohol. And as you can see, contains alky, the alky. Ooh, that's interesting. Hello, I produced that. Actually, yeah, that's funny. Hollerita. Cheers, Joe. Get you some good Canadian beer. This, yeah, pretty much. But it is good. We don't have any beer in the house. We have, so listen, we have this. We have this. We have a bottle of bourbon, which bourbon is my go-to preferred alcohol, but there wasn't much of it left, and Holly wanted some. Oh, there. Okay, she's answering. Thank you, Holly. Appreciate that. It's great of you to answer me. Answer that for me. It's not nasty. Come on. Strawberita is good. It serves its purpose. Holly's been drinking the bourbon. My favorite type of bourbon, of course, we're from Kentucky, so my favorite type of bourbon is Woodford Reserve. That is some good Kentucky bourbon. Got a bear right next to me. This setup, if I'm going to keep doing these lives, is going to have to get a little bit better. Bear, move. Move, buddy. I'm like halfway off the shot. I guess I could just turn this. Now I'm in the shot correctly. And I keep looking down at me. So that's not good either. Hey, you know who else is slowly crawling into Michigan? Oh, Tim Hortons, man. I love Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is good. Hey, Joe, I don't know, is it true that Canadians love Tim Hortons? Because there's a lot of places that are apparently culturally significant, but the people don't really like. Every time I've been to Tim Hortons, it's been crowded. I love Tim Hortons. Excellent. Holly can attest to it. She loves it too. We are having a wine and a Sleeman's. Is a Sleeman's a beer? I'm a margarita kind of girl. Is that where Hollerita comes from? Benjamin, have you been eating, or rather getting coffee? Well, I guess you can eat there too, at Tim Hortons. What is Sleeman's? Timmy's? I heard Canadians pour maple syrup on their pizza. Is that true, Joe? Well, we got a real Canadian in the house. We might as well ask him. Is that true, Joe? No, but my nickname when working was Fajita. No. Best beer is German beer. What's your favorite beer, King? So my favorite cheap beer would be Coors Light. Cheap beer, like I said. If we're going expensive, I'll drink just about anything. When it's on the cheap end, I won't drink anything that's really bad. Like natural ice, I don't drink that. It needs to be something Coors or better. I do like, as far as mass produced beers go, I like the Sam Adams line. Oktoberfest is great. I like Stella. I like Heineken. Like I said, I basically like everything. All right, here we go. Hey, A. Joe is a great blogger. I'm a big fan of him. There you go, A. Joe. Look, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's from Saturday Night Live. Adam Sandler did that sketch. He was the Cajun man. He said, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Let's see. Let me get back up here. Put it on our bacon. So y'all you put maple syrup on your bacon. Is that right, A. Joe? That's interesting. It's interesting when you're doing these lives because you're just sitting in a room talking to this. And so, whereas a vlog, when you're done speaking, you just put the camera down and it's over. But when I'm done speaking and there's no comments coming in, we're just sitting here awkwardly. You're looking at me through a screen and I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at myself. And that's kind of awkward. So it's like I just have to constantly keep the conversation going. For an hour and 40 minutes, I have managed to do this. I am impressed with myself. Barry, you're laying on the electric cord, so that's good. It's going to get dark in here. All right. Now maple syrup and bacon I could go for. That sounds good. Yeah, HO is a great channel. Y'all got to go check that out. Now maple syrup and bacon I could go for. Hey, HO, what's your career in? YouTube. Yeah, HO's collecting those YouTube checks, bankrolls. King, what's your favorite? There we go. Heineken. Heineken's good. Do you get it? Do you ever get it from those little kegs? Do they sell those little kegs anymore? They were like $20. And I think they were like this big. And I think you pumped it. I can't remember. I haven't had one in a long time. It is really easy to get YouTube rich. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not. It's not at all. Listen, if you're thinking about doing YouTube, I think we all do YouTube here. YouTube is really tough to get into. You got to love what you're doing. If you don't love what you're doing, this isn't something you should be doing. If you're doing it to get rich, it's basically impossible because you got to put in so much work to it. And in many cases, the work is not worth what you're going to get in return. In the long run, you may get a lot, but in the short game, you're not going to get much. Hey, Joe, are you free June 2019? Would you meet with us at VidCon? We can get your glasses signed by Casey there, man. Oh, yeah, VidCon. We talked about going to VidCon this year, but we are not going. Holly, I don't know why we're not going. I want to go. Holly doesn't think we should go. It's in Los Angeles, right? Los Angeles? No, we can't go to VidCon, Holly. We got Jackson coming. No, we can't. And you already said no. So, VidCon. I would love to go to VidCon, but not this year. Maybe next year. I'm really interested in that, though, for sure. VidCon would be a great time, and I would love to get to meet people who I interact with. It's really interesting. It's really interesting that YouTube seems like this really big place, but when it comes down to it, it's really not. You start to get to know small creators, like, and that's kind of strange. Like when you're tiny, when you're microscopic, it does seem like a big place, but the bigger you get, you start to kind of get to know people the longer you do this. And then like suddenly you know all these people and you start to see their faces everywhere. And it's just kind of weird. Like YouTube's a big place, but it's also a small place. It's just like the world, you know. You can run into somebody from Kentucky. Oh, well, Kentucky's a bad example for y'all, but you could run into somebody in the middle of Chicago who you know, who knows someone you know. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get somewhere with this, but I'm doing a bad job at it. We can have our own I Am a Creator Con at VidCon. VidCon. And you know what? VidCon is really expensive, though. Really expensive. The high-end ticket is like 750 smackers. That's a lot of dough to get into a convention. I think the low end is only like $100, but I'm not sure what you're afforded at that rate. I'm sure they hold back a lot of stuff. Has anybody thought about going to Playlist Live? I've never been to that. I think that's aimed at the teenage, age group, but maybe not. I'm going to run. Got to fix dinner. Enjoy dinner, Hollerita, and enjoy yourself a strawberryta. Why this? That sounded like a paid advertisement. And enjoy yourself a strawberryta as you head out the door. Yes, the stream is going great, man. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, A Joe. Okay, am I saying it correctly? A Joe. A or A. Holly, are you still in this chat? Holly, do you hear me? Do you copy? Yes, like hey. So A Joe. Yes, why don't you, Holly, just come get in on the chat just for a second. Let's show these people you're real. It's a Canadian thing, eh? Hey, Joe, do you ever come to the States? Do you ever come down through like Buffalo and come into the States? See, this is like, yes, Holly. Everybody wants Holly to come into the chat. Holly, come in here. And again, like I told y'all a few minutes ago, Holly's just literally sitting in her office typing into the chat when she could just be in here chatting it up with you. But she's choosing to be, oh, King is still here. King. What's your favorite American beer? Yes, many times. I love the States. Hi, do I have to wait the advert to finish so you earn money, or if you skip it is the same? I really don't know. It depends on how long you watch it. If you get 30 seconds in, it'll count. You're better off watching the whole thing, though, but sometimes they're like 2 minutes long. Nobody wants to sit through that. I don't want you to ever sit through that unless you like the ad. If it's an ad for Chick-fil-A and you're hungry, then by all means. But if it's an ad for Nasequil and it's 2 minutes long, just go ahead and skip it. It's not worth it. I'm sure we could all agree on that. But yeah, that's how that works. So you have to watch X amount of time on an ad for it to count as earned income. American. I don't know Americans' beers. Where are you from, King? They do have American lager, but it's usually like big brands. Budweiser particularly, which is, I believe, not even owned by an American company, but it is produced in America. We're having a lot of beer talk here. A lot of beer talk. It is super hot here. King, do you have these available where you're at? Strawberry, Europe. Yes, Holly, make dinner. If you want to make dinner. You don't have to ask me. I don't know how much. Europe is a big freaking place. King. Polly wants to talk to Holly about wine. The Polly and Holly is really getting me confused. I gotta say. I drink whiskey, not wine. Holly, you drink wine. You bought a bottle of wine the other day, and you sound mean in that comment. I drink whiskey, not wine. I'm a lush. Yeah, if you watched those Dominican Republic videos, Holly was enjoying some libations. I don't know if this is focused on my face. I can't tell. That's why I keep looking down. I know it's I feel like it's more so focused on this. You don't know my country. Yeah, King. Well, I do love Europe. I want to go back ASAP. Hopefully this fall we'll make it there. Last year we went to France, the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Iceland. That was a great time. Holly wants to go to Prague. I want to go to Budapest. Would like that a lot. Still have never been to London. Would like to go. I would like to rent a car and just drive across Ireland for a couple of weeks. That would be fun. Europe would be another great trip. Hopefully later this year we'll do that from here in the United States. The only problem is that it's a really long flight. So you're looking at 7 to 8 hours. All right, Ben, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy a cold one. Hopefully you have a good night. Yeah, it's a really long flight. So if you're flying from New York City, which is where we would have to leave from, to like London, you're looking at 7 hours, 8 hours back. Now, not necessarily a long flight. Oh, come on, Philip. Not necessarily a long flight in comparison to some of the others, but that would be like the longest flight we've ever taken. We flew to Europe last year, but we had a layover in Iceland each way, so it was like 4 hours. It was broken up, so 7 hours would be the longest for us. Philip Dolan. Fun fact, I went to high school with him. Philip, do you still watch H3H3? Does anybody in here watch H3H3 besides me and Holly and potentially still Philip? H3H3 is a great channel, although not as good as they once were. By the way, if you're new into this chat, if Holly say hi on cam, I will told you my country. If you're just joining this chat, feel free to leave a question. King, if you have any more questions, feel free to add them. Holly, if you're still listening to this, if you say hi, King will tell us where he's from. I don't know. I think she's making dinner. Holy cannoli, guys. 25 texts while we've been on this live stream. That's a lot of texts. That's obnoxiously too many. Wow. Too many texts. Okay. Anyways, back to the stream. Yeah, I think Holly's making dinner, so she's not going to be in here to be able to grace us with her presence. Plus, she claims she looks like a troll, so she's not into it. A Joe says he will do 10 push-ups. That's random, H.O. So how do y'all feel about the live streams? Are these something we should pursue in the future or again? If you like them, maybe we'll do them again. I'm thinking every Wednesday because Wednesday I don't really do anything. It's kind of like a really boring day. So if we did them, I think Wednesday would be a great day to do it. Just pop on like 6 o'clock, let it run for a few hours. Enjoy the chat, enjoy some time, have some brewskis, although this isn't a brewski, but we would be enjoying some brewskis. Come in with some stories to tell, something to talk about. What do you have question-wise, King? Let's hear it. I can't believe Philip left that comment. Come on, Phil. Whoa. Let's see. Just looking at the yes, you can do it. I got more questions. Yes, Lincoln, live stream all the way. So, in the coming days, we've got Memorial Day. We're going to a party Saturday for that. Not sure if I'll vlog there. There's some people who are kind of weird about being on camera. They think it's abnormal, even though, they walk around taking selfies wherever they're at. But, if I can, I will. I'm going to let this run here to the 2-hour mark, or 6 minutes away or so, and then I'll jump off. But so let's enjoy the last 6 minutes while we can. What are y'all's plans tonight? Anybody do anything good? You gonna enjoy some beer? It's great. Where I live, it's 0.38. I've had 2 beers and enjoying this live thing. Awesome. What kind of beer are you having, Marbobly? You know what? I'm not going to stop it at the 2-hour mark. I'm going to let it run. What kind of beer are you having? Since we're all about the beer, apparently, in tonight's chat. So what kind of beer are you having? Tell us what kind of beer you're having. What is the dinner? The dinner is some sort of chicken. I think it's bone-in chicken. I believe it's grilled chicken. I could be wrong. We are going to rewatch this while I am editing my next video. Sounds like a blast. Hey, Joe, you missed the first 40 minutes or so. Now, something I've been working on in my personal videos is that I oftentimes delete out the personal stuff in vlogs because I worry that people aren't interested in it. So I just delete it out, and I think it's boring. But usually it's probably not. It's a really bad habit, and it's hurt me in the long run of building a proper community. So I'm working on that. I'm working on sharing more information. You know, it's called Tropical Canary Islands. Ooh, very interesting. I've never heard of that. I'm going to look that up. Tropical Canary Islands since 1924. Have you ever had that before, or is it a new beer? Canary Islands. Let's see. Tropical Canary Islands. Of course, Wikipedia brings up the Canary Islands. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Beer. In all caps. Beers in the Canary Islands. This is really hard to find. Never mind. It's being a pain in the butt. Since 1924. Is it good? Is that a lager? We're all about the beer tonight, aren't we, Oscar? Yes, indeed. I'm having, as we've said a few times, Strawberryta. King pointed out this is a girl's drink. I like them. I think they're good, okay? Hollerita, who has since left the live stream, said that she enjoys margaritas instead of the Strawberryta, which I would have to agree. Margarita is better. Lager, yes, like Carlsberg, more or less. Where are you at, Marbobly? You're in the U.S. or are you outside of the U.S.? I can't remember. I'm trying to keep up with everybody, where everybody's from, because it's hard to remember what you're working with. You know, what people know, what they are used to, etc., for where they're from. Canary Island. Oh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. You are the first person I've ever had comment and say that. Philip Dolan is from Kentucky. Anyways, back to Marbobly. That is very interesting. I've never had someone say they're from the Canary Islands on my YouTube page. Philip Dolan is from Kentucky. Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. If you look it up, that's where Wild Turkey bourbon is produced. Wild Turkey I used to not like, but now I do. When I was a kid, I didn't. Spain near Morocco. That's really neat. We've talked about going to Spain, potentially Madrid, and then over to Lisbon, Portugal. I want to go to Portugal a lot. Just called. They want to make a deal. Polly wants to know, can you freeze them? Strawberry just called. You know what? That's a good question. It may explode. You probably could. You know what? If you opened the can, if you opened it up, you could freeze it then. You could freeze it and then cut a hole in the bottom and then get it out. Matthew Mack made it great. Who's Matthew? Oh, Matthew McConaughey made it great. I tell you, you know when. Has anybody besides Philip and me ever been to Kentucky, since we got a bunch of people who are out of the country? Philip, to get you up to speed, King is from somewhere in Europe, but he's being super secretive about it. Ajo is from Canada. Marbobly is from the Canary Islands. And I think that's all that's in here at the moment. It's just the 4 of us. We're just hanging out at this point. So you're the only person here from the South. Yeah, Ajo, do they sell Strawberryta in Canada? Y'all have really weird liquor laws. I remember when we were in Toronto, it was really difficult to buy alcohol. And we ended up going to like a state store. Maybe that's all that sells alcohol there. I'm not sure. Maybe we could call this this live stream, Riddle Me This. A lot of people have suggested at work that I use that as our title for like podcasting, which is kind of what this is, but at the same time, it's kind of not. So I don't know, something to think about. All right, guys, we are at the 2-minute mark in 15 seconds. So I am going to sign off this for the night. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it as always. If you haven't already, go check out yesterday's video. And of course, I'll see you in the next one, and come back next Wednesday. Let's just call it 6 p.m. Follow me on Twitter at Riddle_Lincoln. That's where you can find me for any updates. And yeah, that's it. All right, guys. I am signing off for the night. Thanks for watching.